From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Gigi Ashworth is a former competitive snowboarder and horseback rider who has since become a popular allergen-friendly cook and certified nutritionist with a master's degree in nutrition communications. She runs the successful website Gigi EatsCelebrities.com, which focuses on food and cooking, but also a whole lot more. According to her site, Gigi is a self-proclaimed extreme eater. She can eat 6 pounds of salmon in one sitting, and that's no joke, and a rather blunt and vulgar diehard food enthusiast. Gigi is proof that you can educate and inform as well as entertain at the same time. Her interests include food, nutrition, health, wellness, fitness clothing, beauty, lifestyle, kitchen, home, garden, and sports. Yeah, let's get started. So can you tell us a little bit about your background, including how you got your start in influencer marketing?
Yeah, so I moved to Los Angeles about 8 years, maybe 7.5 years ago. And when I first moved to Los Angeles, I came here with this idea that I wanted to be this entertainment reporter. I wanted to go and interview the celebrities because I was so enamored with their lifestyles, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, when I got to Los Angeles, I actually was gifted with a job, or I'm not gifted, but blessed, if you will, with a job at E! and another place called Buzz Media. So I did have the opportunity to go and meet celebrities and all that sort of thing. However, when I spoke with the upper-ups at E! They were telling me that, the only way that they would hire me as an on-camera talent is if I left the company and gained outside experience. And in order for me to, obtain jobs like that, I needed an online presence. So that's when I started my blog and my YouTube channel, Gigi EatsCelebrities, or quote, my influencer life, if you will. However, back then I had no idea what influencing was. And back then as well, it really wasn't a thing. And that was about 6.5 years ago. So, influencing has sort of really come to what it is today over the past 6 years or so I've noticed. But anyways, I first started my blog, Gigi EatsCelebrities, and it was making fun of diet and fitness trends of celebrities. Haha. But, it actually worked. My online presence did in fact get me jobs working for many different outlets for entertainment reporting. And I realized that maybe I shouldn't really be making fun of the celebrities that I could potentially be interviewing. So instead, I morphed my blog more into be about food, since I have a huge passion for nutrition, health, fitness, because I have celiac, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, IBS, no large intestine, and a whole bunch of food allergies and stuff like that. So I morphed it more into initially reviewing food products that I deem amazing and not a lot of people had heard of, because this whole paleo, keto, whatever the thing has exploded in the past 4 or 5 years, but I've been doing it for 17, so I knew about a whole bunch of products that people didn't really know about. Then I decided, okay, well, it seems like people are more interested in this avenue that I've taken versus the celebrity lifestyle approach. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep talking about myself and my own ailments. And I'm going to create, allergen-friendly recipes, which then my brand has thus expanded into allergen-friendly travel, because I've been gifted with opportunities to go abroad and showcase how you can eat allergen-friendly in Italy, for instance, or Greece, or Thailand, or whatever. So I've been able to go across the world, with my little camera, just showcasing what the hell I'm doing. Since about 3 or 4 years ago, I've actually been able to make this my full-time job, because brands do come to me and they want to work with me. Thus, we collaborate and we come up with, stipulations and terms and all that sort of thing in order to make that happen. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of answered my second question when I was going to ask you about how you developed your nutrition philosophy. And so, how do you develop a recipe? Is there a lot of trial and error? It's so foreign to me. And
What's interesting and what I actually pride myself in is I do not make any of the recipes before I film a YouTube video. I think it's really fun, organic, and unique when I'm on camera and I'm like, ah, crap, this is not working. And I totally screw up because I'm human. And a lot of these, recipe videos online, they're all perfect in every way, shape, or form because they've been making this recipe or adapting this recipe a million times off the camera, and then on camera it can be perfect. But what I like to do is showcase my personality, which I feel like overall I'm more of a personality than anything else. People do get great recipes from me once in a while, but I do think that I'm more here for an entertainment value over anything else. That being said, I have created amazing recipes and I love them. But what happens is, I think of a recipe, for instance, like my sister-in-law asked me to recreate the Panda Express chicken teriyaki. And so what I do is I look at the website and I look at the ingredients that are listed and I look at them and I think, okay, how can I replace them to make them healthier? And then I was brought up in a cooking background, so I sort of know measurements and how much you should use of this and that and so on and so forth. So I sort of guesstimate, but at the same time, as I said, I was brought up this way, so it just sort of works for the most part. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, once in a while I'll put too much salt or I'll put too much lemon or something like that, and I'm like, ooh, gross. But I showcase that on camera. So I'm like, guys, this was really gross. Thank you for watching this video. If you have an adaptation of this recipe that you want to tell me, that would be great. Like, try it at home, but do things differently. So that's generally how I come up with recipes. And everyday recipes that I loved in the past, for instance, like I love cinnamon buns and stuff like that. I will look at the ingredients on like, a Hostess cinnamon bun or whatever it is, and try and create things that are, quote, Gigi approved, because I have so many food allergies, that, not only is delicious to me, but is delicious to people who even don't have food allergies.
Did you say your husband's your camera operator on your bio?
Oh, he helps me once in a while, but for the most part, I do it all myself. We did just move to a new house, and he has been helping me do all of the camera since moving to this new house, but I got to do it myself. My favorite videos, though, are when he is actually in them with me, because he's a comedic actor, and he's so smart and off the cuff constantly. And the things that he says, I'm just like, how did you come up with that in literally 5 milliseconds? It's crazy. So. Yeah. And people love that dynamic anyway. They like to see the relationship. So actually, my most recent video I just posted, we cooked a recipe from this company called Anther, and it was pretty comical.
So I actually watched your video with Jonathan from New Zest this morning.
Okay.
And making ice cream, which I found interesting. So what has been your most successful partnership with the brand?
My most successful partnership, New Zest was a very successful partnership because it's very ongoing, and I always think that ongoing partnerships are, the most lucrative and obviously thus the most successful. I had this partnership with a coconut oil company for a long time. That was very successful as well, and got a lot of clicks, thus they got a lot of return for their investment and that sort of thing. I've been working with this air fryer company for a very long time, and my next video I'm going to do with them is comparing their air fryer to a competitive air fryer, and so we're gonna see which crisps up more. But the thing is I build relationships with all of the brands that I work with, and I make sure that they know what I'm about. They know that I can get raunchy. They know that I'm off the cuff. They know that I'm fly the seat of my pants kind of girl, so you never really know what to expect. And if they can't, take my personality and say, all right, cool, let's do that, then they don't have to work with me. There's this company also called Chickpea Pasta that I work with on a consistent basis, and I make a bunch of outside of the box recipes for them, and they adore all of them. So I'm going to continually be working with them, which is great. I have an amazing relationship with them. I've met them a couple of times actually in person, which is wonderful. And, I think I find success in the quality of friendships that I have with brands. So I have a lot of friends who are, brand owners, and I think I pride myself in that because I think that it's the most important thing to continue to have success with a brand. You need to be friends. You can't just, yeah, business is a part of it, but you can't just be all business, because they'll see you as potentially just wanting to earn money and then bye, and that's it. And then also, like, you have to be extremely transparent with your numbers and, you know, the behind the scenes stuff. And if you're simply like, well, I'm going to charge this and this is what you're going to get, but you don't really give them the dirty details, if you will, then they're never going to work with you again, because they might not see the same return that another brand saw.
So going from that, how do you determine which products to review and which ones to skip, since you work with the brands a lot of the time?
Oh, I turn down so many brands. It's not even, I don't care how much money they're throwing my direction. Like, I would never in a million years go against my brand and work for like McDonald's or Burger King or anything like that. Even if they were like, hey, showcase our salad, I would look at all of the ingredients within their salad, because guess what? Even like a chicken salad from McDonald's, their chicken has sugar in it and could potentially have wheat in it and all that kind of stuff. So unless McDonald's wants me to make a video showcasing the fact that it sucks, I won't be working with them. Also, you know, dairy companies come to me and they're like, hey, look at my ice cream and stuff like that. Now, since I have my husband and I'm pregnant, so I'm going to have a child soon, thus, you know, who knows what this kid can eat, but like that, it does expand my horizons in terms of the foods that I could potentially be promoting on my blog, because, you know, there's things like whole grain, wild rice. You know, I find that to be very nutritious. I just personally cannot eat it. So in fact, a rice brand did come my direction and they really want to work with me. And I'm like, that's wonderful. However, I personally cannot eat your rice. However, whenever we do videos together, my husband will be there. We'll create a recipe together. He will be the taste tester and so on and so forth. So I like that. I now have my husband to eat, you know, because he eats everything. So I have him for the types of brands that I think have, you know, a great moral value and have great products and that sort of thing. I just personally cannot eat them. So like grass-fed, grass-finished dairy, for instance, like if a butter company came to me that was completely free-range, yeah, I would consider working with them. However, mention that I cannot personally eat dairy, but my significant other can. So if you're okay with a duo video and or blog post, then yippee, so am I.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, and you've been in front of the camera for many years. I've been in front of it about a month.
Well, if you ever need some tips and tricks, by all means email me. I've been doing this, as you said, for a very long time, yes.
Well, because I was reading because I was going to ask you about it, and then I stumbled onto your guide, How to Make Love to a Camera. So do you have any advice for influencers who are looking to improve their on-camera presence, because video is only becoming more prominent in the influencer sphere?
Well, my advice would be to go check out that video.
Yes.
Camera. I also have an entire write-up on my blog for that presentation I did. But basically, it's, you know, you have to make sure you have a niche, because if you don't have a niche as to what you're talking about, a basic genre, then you're going to get in front of the camera and you're going to clam up because you have no idea what to talk about, first of all. So once you get that niche, then I highly recommend you write down a whole bunch of different topics within that niche that you would potentially want to talk about, that you feel comfortable talking about. And then from there, you take those topics and you bullet point things that are, you know, some highlights that you want to discuss in terms of that topic. And then, you know, from there, you can find a good place in your house that has nice lighting. Like, for instance, I chose this room right now because the light is coming right in on my face, so hopefully it doesn't look like I have huge bags under my eyes, you know, something like that. And it's, you know, there's a nice blue background because, you know, that's nice and bright, so it makes you pop. And I would personally recommend people just, you know, get your computer or get your iPhone and just talk. Like, you don't even have to record anything. However, I highly recommend that you do, so you can actually like see your mannerisms and sort of correct them if you need to. But so just, you know, record yourself and just start talking about the topic that, you know, you want to talk about. And who knows, it could be a great video and you're like, oh my God, I already made my first video, sweet, I can upload it. Or you might be like, okay, I need to take notes on all the things I don't like that I'm doing. and I need to figure out how to change that. And one thing that people actually do not do, which is interesting because, you know, if you're talking about a topic you like, you need a smile. And a lot of people do not smile. They're very monotone and they're like, hey, so today I'm going to talk about Christmas ornaments and it's sparkly. Like, and you're just like, okay, why am I watching you if you don't care about talking about Christmas ornaments? So smiling and so yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. My basic, you know, tips or whatever are to create a topic and or a niche that you want to talk about and smile when you're talking. Those are just like the two overheads. There's so many more tips, but that presentation I made was like an hour and a half. So that's a video that I think a lot of people should watch if they really want to get into the video space, which that's basically where we're going these days. So get on into it.
Absolutely, we'll direct people there for sure.
All right, so that will bring us to our last question of where do you see influencer marketing headed as it pertains to your niche as a nutritionist?
Influencer marketing, it's very interesting to watch this trend because I really do believe it's the new form of advertising. That being said, there's a lot of false advertising out there. So the problem I see with influencer marketing is there's a lot of impressionable people and they just read anything and believe it all. So for instance, I did this YouTube video a couple of weeks ago where I was debunking healthy foods that are not healthy. And it was like acai bowls. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but it's the most annoying thing ever. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, I have a itchy nose. Excuse me. So I was debunking that, granola, and oh gosh, I can't even remember the other thing. But anyways, doesn't matter. So with acai bowls, for instance, they're very beautiful to photograph for Instagram, for instance. And I always see people writing captions or hashtags that say healthy or, you know, nutritious or low calorie or something like that, which is utter garbage because that's not true whatsoever. You know, the things that are added to acai bowls, for instance, are, you know, yogurt that could potentially have added sugar. Granola is very high in calories and, you know, a little goes a long way sort of thing. And there's just so many things that are not good in regards to these types of foods. And it's not just acai bowls. You know, there's so many other foods that are posted on, you know, all social media that people are toting as being very healthy, but they're not. So I unfortunately sort of see a lot of influencer marketing going in a negative direction because people are not well educated and people are very impressionable. Like then you think about, you know, the Kim Kardashians of the world and how everyone thinks that those people are perfect, but they're all fake and completely plastic and they're not real human beings. Like, of course they're human beings, but they're not showing their true sides. And I find that disgusting because, you know, it makes people think that there's some sort of perfection that they need to obtain and get to and achieve or whatever, but there is no such thing as perfection. Like when I promote, you know, my nutritional services or whatever, I may follow a specific diet regime because I have all of my issues, if you will. But for instance, if a vegan came my direction, which personally I do not believe in veganism. However, if a vegan did come my direction, they're like, hey, I really need help, I wouldn't steer them away. I would simply adapt to what they're doing and give them ideas, you know, regimes, meal plans, whatever you want that are catered to a vegan lifestyle. So in terms of influencer marketing being a positive thing for my business, it truly is because, you know, I can get my voice and my name out there through the internet.
Want to join Intellifluence as an influencer for free? It's easy. Visit Intellifluence.com, click on the influencers link, and then click on the Join for Free button to sign up. Once you have registered, you will get immediate access to our influencer marketplace where you can browse relevant offers from brands and apply on the spot. You'll also be eligible to receive attractive product and service pitches from brands. There's absolutely no cost to join as an influencer, so we hope you take advantage of our service. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and well, you know the drill. Until our next episode, keep being awesome.